Hello and welcome back. This will be part 6 of the Rise of the Dragon, the 1890 Japanese playthrough. I'm recording this one immediately after part uh, 5, I guess. And basically, I just really want to continue this war and, rack up some more victory points and then see what we can get from China and so that we can you know, begin to progress through the 1890s a little bit further and develop our shipbuilding, start working on some new technology, start building some new ships. Because we've been at war for 2 years now, 23 months. So let's continue and see what we get. That's a big one. We gained 1,400 victory points. And we're starting to intercept some of these raiders that have really, that's been like the main Chinese advantage ever since we took out their battleships a couple of episodes ago is that they've always been raiding us. There's really nothing that we've been able to do to stop that, but it's become like their primary way of hurting us because we've lost ships in this war, but for the most part, we've come out on top every time in every battle. Every major battle, we've had a couple skirmishes here and there with like raiders and one-on-one or like 1 versus 3 battles where we just can't score any damage against them. So this looks like it's just going to be a little gun battle. We're probably a bit outgunned, but we are scoring a lot more hits on them than they are on us. And we've got 6-inch guns. So there's, just as I say that, we start taking hits. But they're at medium damage, if the intelligence is to be believed. Not always the case. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this episode. I'm going to upload it, and then I'm going to set it to premiere tomorrow because the previous episode is uploading right now, and I'm just going to, make it live. And then I'll have this one premiere tomorrow at like, let's say noon Eastern time. And that might be what I do in the future is I can play a couple of sessions at a time and then just set them to automatically, go live when like a set like have like a set schedule for this because I know it's been really not that I think I have many people that are just waiting excitedly. Oh, Tiny Dragon just dropped a new video, but it would be good to have a consistency. I've told people before I used to stream on Twitch, and I wasn't like a very big streamer or anything. I think the most viewers I ever had was about 110 simultaneously, and that was just one time. But it was, 10 years ago, and 110 viewers back then are, sort of, if you account for the inflation of viewership on Twitch, it's probably worth, maybe 3 or 4 times, you know. But what I tell people who ask my advice on streaming and content creation in general is to just try to be consistent with it. Try to have a set schedule. Like if you're going to be like a Twitch streamer or something, or even a YouTube streamer, so we're going to slow this down so it doesn't bust open any bulkheads. But if you're going to be, oh, he's chasing us. All right, well, let's go up to higher speed. He thinks he can win. He might be. I mean, he might be right. Let's just cut our speed down a little bit, give us more accuracy. But what I tell people is just be consistent. Oh, looks like we're sinking. Yeah, he probably won this fight. Be consistent in your streaming. Try to have a set schedule because when people, view your content, especially if they're watching you live stream like on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, they want to be able to, get home from work or get home from school and know that, hey, my favorite streamer, they stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock my time or 6 o'clock my time every day, and they're gonna look for you. And if you're not there most of the time because you don't want to keep with your schedule, then you will start to lose that viewership. Like I mean that I'm like that myself. Like I have my favorite streamers, and I like to explore small streamers on Twitch especially. I sort by low to high on the recommended, like on the front page. So when I look at streams, I'm looking at the smallest streamers first, people who have 0 viewers and people who have like 1 view. Yeah, we got sunk. That was to be expected. And I'll watch these people, and if they're interesting in any way, I'll subscribe to them. I'll talk to them a little bit, like, hey, nice stream and all that, and I'll look for them in the future because I want to support people who have the smallest streams because they need your discoverability on all of these platforms is pretty bad. But the problem is if I follow this person and I look for them the next day and they're not around, and I look for them the day after and they're not around, and the day after, day after, day after, and they show up, one time like a week later, well, I wanted to watch you stream. Like, I'm not, I mo- the space on my subscription list is pretty valuable, at least for me. Like I don't just follow anyone. So there is a limited amount of people that I'm willing to follow at one time. Once it starts getting too cluttered, I will go through and I'll prune my subscriptions. So one of the important things is trying to maintain a consistency where people can find you when they want to find you. It's a little bit different for YouTube because a lot of YouTube is you just click on someone's videos and you watch them. Like you don't have to worry about, going and looking for a VOD or something. Twitch is, its own beast. Not a large percentage of the Twitch population wants to watch a VOD. They want to watch a live stream because they have the direct interaction with people. I think that's a lot of the appeal of Twitch is you feel like you're interacting with the streamer themselves, like you're sort of becoming friends or whatever. That's unfortunately uh, how a lot of less less savory streamers sort of hook people, especially younger people, is that they drag them in, they make them feel like they're friends, and then they have like a whiteboard or something behind them, and as soon as you hit that donation button, it's hey, Fortnite guy, you know, 2007, I'm going to stand up and go write your name down on the whiteboard, and they see that, and it's like, oh wow, I'm buddies with this streamer now, and uh, we're friends or whatever. So you're getting that direct interaction, whereas YouTube, and didn't really do a lot of live streaming until more recently when they started trying to compete with Twitch. They just they would just have a video that you would just go watch, and that's about the only interaction you would have outside of the comment section on YouTube. Boy, I'm just not scoring these torpedo hits like I thought I was going to there. I wasn't even commenting on it because it seemed like such a sure thing. I guess I got a little bit cocky. Am I taking damage? I mean, I'm taking some damage, but nothing crippling. But yeah, I was tempted to stream to Twitch. The problem is my internet connection isn't exactly great, so I do worry about the quality. I mean, my first attempt here on YouTube, of course, I took a torpedo. My first attempt on first attempt on YouTube here was a live stream, and the quality on it was, I mean, you can go back and watch it. There were like little artifacts and like screen blurs and stuff, and I'm concerned about what my quality would look like on Twitch, especially if I were playing a game that has even like motion, like a lot of motion in it, because that's um, if you don't have like a decent quality capture and a decent quality uprate or upload speed, or I guess they call it bit rate, then it's going to end up looking pretty pixelated and pretty unwatchable. Like it looks low quality, and no one really wants to watch something that's very low quality. That's why I'm doing direct screen recordings here, and it takes up more space and it uses a little bit more resources, but I don't have to worry about how um, inconsistent or slow my upload might be because I can just upload the actual file to YouTube and it will take, it's just my time that's being taken up instead of um, needing to, upload something in real time. Not that it's, even taking very long to upload these videos. The first one I uploaded, um, I didn't have it like compressed. There's like an option in OBS where you can have it set to high quality but lower file size. I didn't have it set to that yet. So it took me like 40 minutes to upload the whole video, and it's only like a 50-minute video or something. Just goes to tell you how bad my upload is. But these ones here, these are done in like 10 minutes now that I've turned on that option. And the quality hasn't really seemed to suffer. I can read all the text on the screen. I'm not getting anything weird happening when I go back and watch the videos. Oh boy, yes, this is just this guy's putting up a fight. He's got heavy damage. He already sank our Kashiwara. All right, there he goes. Finally. I mean, look, we've lost a couple of cruisers in the last few battles, which hurts. But really, let's be honest here, the war is winding down, and these old initial cruisers that we have, they're not going to survive very long in this new era, especially once we get a round or two of new technologies. They will get replaced pretty quickly, simply because they have old engines, they have old like hulls. They're not like the guns on them are generally pretty bad. Like if it's 7 inches or above on my ships, they're all going to be -2 quality, which means they can't even be upgraded. And I would rather just scrap a ship than try to upgrade it if it can't, go to better guns or something. Like if the guns are never going to be upgradable, then I don't think they're going to be useful in the future. And I would rather save money by scrapping them. Yeah, I mean, we technically lost the battle, even though we sank their light cruiser because we traded cruisers. But at the same time, they don't have. Hmm. I mean, this guy is average, but we'll retire him. But they don't have the resources to trade like we do. Like they have 2 heavy cruisers left, and that's really it, other than their corvettes. So let's see if we can get a better commander here. Oh, they're all below average. The known ones are. Let's do this first year guy, Tokunua. Tokuno. And I mean, I'm willing to trade away my old cruisers, even my newer torpedo cruisers, in order to sink. I'll do it 1 for 1. Like it's not a problem because we just have more ships than they do. And once this war ends, I mean, I think you probably already know we're gonna go into a little bit of a building spree here. I mean, our budget's gonna drop. It always drops after every war. But as it recovers, we're gonna have A little bit of a shipbuilding project here on our hands. All right. So this is our torpedo cruiser versus probably a heavy cruiser. Man, they always just seem to know, don't they? Yep, we're taking heavy hits already. Oh my gosh, we're taking heavy hits. All right, let's get out of here. This was not good for us. Oh wow. It said it fired heavy guns. I don't know. I don't really want to. I don't want to continue that fight. I feel like we just lose. And again, I don't mind trading a ship for a ship, but I don't think we can trade there. So we run away, and that's sort of the doctrine as well that if we can't get in close and fire off a bunch of torpedoes and score some hits, then we'll just run away once we start taking damage. They can't catch us. All right, whatever. Enjoy your marginal victory. And I know that we could build destroyers right now, but they would only be 300 tons. And they die so fast at 300 tons that they're really not worth investing into very much. But we will probably, let's see here. I guess we could design some now. And the reason why, even though I just said they're not worth it, they're going to be slow. We're going to get rid of some of their guns. We're just trying to save money here. There we go. So this would be 100 each. And the reason why I want to build these, we'll fix the quarters at least. Yeah, that doesn't change the price. Okay, short range is fine. We're never really going to use these. I suspect that these might be like submarines and they might be like carriers where if you have at least a few of them on hand, maybe the research will go up a little bit faster because you're getting practical experience with them. Like if you don't have submarines later on, it'll tell you, hey, you're not gaining experience with these. We can't further any research because, you don't have any active submarines. So how do we, know what to change or what to develop? So I like to at least have, you know, the destroyers on hand, even if they're going to be crappy, even if we're just going to build, a handful of them and keep them in port. And I don't know, we could even put them on trade protection or something. How fast is this thing? 19 knots. We should be able to get on top of it pretty quickly. I need to go 1 instead of 2 or 3 here on the fast forward speed. No, I'm not willing to take very many more hits. Oh, I took too many. Yep, we're going to lose this one as well. I mean, that's fine. We don't want to do this too often, where we trade nothing, trade a ship to get nothing in return. But that's been the story of the war the entire time, is that their heavy cruisers just sort of outclass us. All right, yep. I mean, that's the end of that ship. That might even be one of our uh, new ones that we just put into service, which is kind of funny because we put it into a division of 3 ships. We have a 3 and a 2, and they're just sending them out solo. Come on, sink me already, will you? I can increase my speed a little bit. Man, what is going on here? How can he not kill me? There we go. All right. Kind of, just wanted him to sink so I could get it over with. All right. Now seems like probably the time we can end the war. Let's see what we can do. Nope, no common ground yet. They're still raiding us with their heavy cruisers. So we'll build like, what, maybe 3 of these little destroyers? Yeah, that's probably enough. Okay. Save the game and continue on. I mean, okay, they can't really compete with us. This is a full division of ships, so even if we lose one, oh, this is a transport battle. These are my favorites. Start sinking some convoys. So it looks like they have a pretty good amount of ships. It looks like probably 2 heavy cruisers on the right, and then they might have had something escorting the transports down here. And we're just not scoring many hits on the transports, are we? Looks like that's 3 down already. It's probably 5 there. We're just speeding through it. Yep, there's 6. So we'll just go for some bonus kills. Try to rack up the score. And then maybe we'll try to catch these heavy cruisers. Man, it really only takes about 1 good hit to cripple our ships. I think those are, yeah, these things are packing 8-inch guns. And that one's packing 6-inch guns, but a bunch of them. I mean, if you really want to go for my crippled ship there, want to make it pay the price. Well, maybe I won't make you pay the price. Maybe I will be the one paying the price. Got it. Okay, that's what we needed. All right, we've expended all the torpedoes on that side. We really just want to score another torpedo hit to assure that this thing goes down. That is the most important thing we can do right now is kill off these heavy cruisers that keep raiding us, and uh, they're just a nuisance in general, really. Okay. All right, now we go down to cruise mode, and hopefully we can get out of here intact. We'll go to cruise mode there. Angle him to start going home. And we'll actually have to speed up Wow, that is our max speed. Okay. So the second ship there is dragging. So what we'll do is we'll detach him. We'll have him go north, and we'll have the Yagai, Yagagi. I don't know. We'll have it distract. There we go. We'll put it into cruise mode to save engine and fuel, and everybody's just going home. Okay. Well, we sank 10 transports and a heavy cruiser, and nothing of ours died. Pretty good. It gives us, well, uh, why not? A little bit of tension with Spain. Didn't notice if our budget changed at all there. So it looks like our first light cruiser division is running low on ships. So what we'll do is we'll transfer those over so we have 3 in our first division again. And let's continue on. They have 1 heavy cruiser left. And I'm a little bit surprised that they're willing to fight with it. I mean, if we sink this, the war is already over. But if we sink this, they just won't be able to challenge us like at all. Like there's nothing they can do. So it's a little bit weird to send it out on its own. Even if it is, that's the 8-inch cruiser. So I'm actually a little bit more confident about closing the range with this thing than I was with the one that had like 16 or 10 6-inch guns or something. The 6-inch guns are just deadly against my ships, and they have a lot of them, and your weight of fire can, bring you a lot of success if you're just putting a lot of shots into someone. A lot more chances to hit versus firing off only like 4 of your, or I guess 2 turrets, 2 double 8-inch turrets. Yeah. Yep, they are both slowed down. All right. Well, that didn't work out. That's the thing about this tactic is that we're just going to have to attempt the torpedo runs, and if they don't work out, we break off once we start to slow down. Because once we start to get to those lower speeds, I mean, we're just never going to catch them, and they're going to light us up with those bigger guns every time. So it's probably, yep, just another loss. No ships lost, but just little marginal victories here and there. We save the game. It's funny how that thing was able to both fight us and go raid. Yeah, they'll have to decline a lot of battles. We're going to decline this one as well because we're not sending in one of our slow cruisers against their heavy cruisers. If we can send in, like, a whole squadron, I'm willing to do that because the lead ship might take a bunch of damage, but we break it off, separate it from the squadron. And then the others. Okay. So we're getting a lot of budget increases, which is good. Getting some tension changes as the war goes on. The dock side is increased, or dock size is increased. We got access to the Naval Academy, so that'll hopefully give us some better officers here over time. Yeah, this is the kind of fight that we're willing to go into here. And we're in the middle of a mist, which will reduce gunnery power on all sides. But our gunnery power is garbage. So all we care about is getting close. And that's actually a good thing because they'll miss us way more often as we try to close the distance. And we have our 22 speed cruisers here. Okay. Can we put one into them? Not yet. That means we need to go a little bit more parallel on our course. Nope. That is a bummer because whenever they turn away like that, it increases the torpedo range, so you have to have even more of a lead. Okay, well, that thing was dragging a little bit anyway. It was down to 20 knots due to damage. So we do is we go to cruise mode and we basically aim it to start heading home. If we had a friendly port around here, it would make these withdrawals a little bit safer. Because we just send them somewhere a lot closer than trying to get all the way home to Japan, especially if we're flooding for whatever reason. We took a torpedo or just took some waterline hits. Come on, can I at least fire one off? There we go. And I know it's unlikely to hit, but it does, it improves my morale a little bit to at least attempt a shot. Man, this thing is just, it's 20 knots. We should have the advantage on speed. And we're like a lot lighter than this thing as well. Like we're over 2,000 tons lighter. Seems like we should be a little bit more nimble than they are. I don't know if they have like a really good captain in charge of their, or like a really good admiral, I guess, in charge of like their uh, cruiser squadrons. Nope, still can't fire off a torpedo. The short range torpedoes are not not good. You would think we would set them on fire or something eventually with how many hits we score with our guns. We just took a waterline hit. Yep, he's stretching the distance out ahead of us. Maybe we could get him to like bump against the island and slow down a little bit. No. So it looks like we're going to have another loss due to just taking more damage than they did. All right, let's get out of here. Cruise speed. And go home. Even 3 against 1, we can't seal the deal. Yes, please. Oh my gosh. Maybe this harsh peace deals option was a bad idea. So that was the Goshki. Gohishi. Gohishki? I don't know. Again, I'm really bad at these Japanese pronunciations. There we go. All right, so we get 12 points worth of value here. So we do want Formosa. We want Liaotong Peninsula. And do we care about anything else? Probably not. I think maybe we just take the rest of it in reparations, because we could take a couple of low value Chinese settlements. That doesn't really do much for us. So yeah, let's just take what we got. The war is finally over. We completed the expansion down in Borneo. We're to send more ships south. Let's see here. We'll send this thing down there. Foreign station. Our budget has been significantly reduced. We gained a lot of prestige, but we do have, well, we should have some some possessions. So we're getting some money from our possessions now, which is good. Our research is starting to finally come online here. As soon as we get access to either 7 or 8-inch guns that aren't -2 quality, we're going to start building our own heavy cruisers because we do have the dock size for that now. Okay, very nice. And we're not going to go to war with anyone probably in the next, um, let's see how, 10 months or so. So we could consider just scrapping all of our Corvettes now. It won't save us very much money, but it would be nice to kind of clean everything up a little bit. Okay, let's continue on. So people are building battleships. Sure wish we could do that. So it turns out that Commander Kureta of the Akashi, he's a gunnery expert, has connections with the company producing our rangefinders. He's contributed materially to the efficiency of the equipment, but he's made good money out of the arrangement. What do we do? We can't tolerate any corruption, but I think we had this decision before. We don't have any corruption as far as I know. We could lose prestige, or we gain gunnery research. We lose him, that's fine. Okay. 2 destroyers. Let's send one of our below average guys to Denmark. Yep, so our light cruiser division had a below average guy running the thing. That might have been like why why our ships weren't able to catch up to ships that were on paper slower than them. Nothing to build yet. Looks like China's starting to break up as people are getting concessions from them. The tension is still really low. Yeah, it looks like China's starting to lose. Uh, Basically, just losing cohesion. Everybody's jumping in and colonizing it. So this is a chance to raise some tensions with Spain and also get budget and prestige, which we need both of those. And having some tension with Spain wouldn't be terrible, although they do have 10 battleships. I wonder what their battleships look like. So they're looks like their newer ones are 11,000 tons with 4 12-inch guns. Yeah, those would blow our Fujis out of the water. I mean, do we actually start building battleships with -2 quality weapons and just like, I don't know, load them up with 6-inch? Oh, okay, there's our 7-inch guns. That is what we needed. Excellent. So it looks like next episode, we're going to, yeah, we're going to let the Katoris kind of um, run their course as far as being built. We'll at least go probably 6 months to let the last of our new Corvettes be built. That'll even out the monthly balance for us. And then probably by the time the ship design is finished for the new heavy cruisers, all of these light cruisers should be finished, and we can go into building maybe two or even three heavy cruisers. So we do have some plans, and that'll also give us 12,000 dock size. We can even build 12,000 sized heavy cruisers. It'll have to depend on, you know, what what the budget looks like and uh, how if how efficient we think it would be to invest super heavily into these heavy cruisers now versus like build smaller heavy cruisers that are less powerful but we have more of them. But I really do like the idea of having like maybe two or three or even four, just like you know r- for this era and for our region, really powerful heavy cruisers that we can run out there. We could put them on rating status, we could do trade protection. We could use them to win these gun duels against other cruisers. So we'll have to see. We'll catch you next time. Again, I really appreciate everybody who might be hanging out and still watching and hanging in there. And remember to sail safely.